guys. Okay, so this week we are talking to Megan, and she's going to talk to us about training, which even if you're newer and you're like, I don't have a team, I don't have anyone to train yet, I don't even know if I want to sign a distributor yet, you will feel much more prepared, I feel like, after this Zoom, and it'll be like, oh my goodness, I want to go sign distributors because I know what I'm doing. Okay, so Megan, do you want to start with like just your story?
Sure. So my name is Megan Insel. I have been in the business for 5 years, and I started out 5 years ago. I originally saw this. I saw my cousin posting about it on Instagram, and it was actually I was really interested in the hair, skin, and nails, but I really couldn't afford the hair, skin, and nails because I was also planning a wedding and I was working full time, but I was also looking for another income. But I didn't really think of selling the hair, skin, and nails like that. I didn't put two and two together. So I don't know what the time span was. It had to have been within a month. Um, but I ended up seeing her post about the $1,000 bonus one month, and then I didn't do it. I didn't begin that month, but next month they had a $500 bonus, and I was like, okay, I'm in. I need to get some income for our wedding. Nothing was anything that I was looking at online, like Craigslist, like all the job sites. Nothing could fit in my with working my full time and trying to do all that. So it just kind of fell into my lap. Just, I don't know. And so I text her at like, I don't know, it was nighttime, dark, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to sign up. Like, and I just like hit it hard. I started watching Jade Hooper training videos. I would go on YouTube literally 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even I just had so much fire within me, and I just wanted it so bad that I was like using all the trainings and tips. And we didn't have Zoom back then. I think it was like Periscope or something. But I was doing all that stuff, but also just like I wanted to find out anything to do to make me go fast. And so I just watched as much as I could I think I watched all of her YouTube, which is nothing like it is now. And so then, you know, let's see, I've had a baby, and I've been able to bring in an income, have, and she'll be 3 in like a couple of weeks. And so I've been able to stay home with her and just not miss out on a single moment with her. And sorry. And then also even with talking about kind of like this year, Josh lost his job with unemployment and went on unemployment. So having this business to be able to kind of pick up the pieces for that, because he just wasn't making, with unemployment, you're just not making as much as whenever you're going, even with the little thing that they were doing. But yeah, so now we have such a strong team, and we're just pushing. And yeah, just it's 5 years, so it's like that's just like a little ball of my story. But
Okay, awesome. That's so cool. So, can you just start with like, do you have a specific training like set of what you do when you sign new distributors? And what does that look like?
yeah, so we've kind of done it a couple different ways, but I think it all just kind of kind of goes with the same. But right now we actually have a team, like a team, and it's not really a team page, but it's like a newbie page. It's nothing like, we have our own little chat for people asking questions and stuff. But as far as just like what they should be doing right off the bat, is we have that newbie page. It starts them out doing the logging into their eSuite, filling out the commissions, the little tax form thing. And then next is going to our, let's see, next is, we even have them numbered. So it's super simple for not only like them to keep track, but like the leaders to keep track, to be able to tag them in. Especially, you know, like if you're enrolling a lot, it's just a simple place that they can be able to go to and just like, oh, 1, oh, 2, okay, walk number 3. Number 2 is there's 2 YouTube videos. I think this one is like Morgan, Morgan McIntyre, her new DT training video, and then also I always do Sealing the Deal with Jade Hooper. It's just gold. It's just gold. And so having them watch those 2 and then letting you know and like letting them know whenever you're done, that really lets them like kind of have a clear picture of what to do, but also like how to have a conversation that with their new DTs, even though they're going to be sending you the screenshots and everything. It's just really nice to be able to kind of have an idea of how that conversation is going to go. And then 4, Oh, 3 is your their first post. So it's just kind of this can be like anything for look a little differently for everybody, but it's basically you're telling everybody, what is your why? Why did you join this business? And what are you wanting to get out of this business? And just that you're excited. You're excited that you just started a business, that you are able to work around anything and everything. You get to do it from your phone. And these are your goals that you're going to be, you know, the reason why you signed up to do this business. And then 4 is getting you started working towards your shopping spree. So I really like doing host to post. I think host to posts are really great for just starting anybody out, because it's just something that's so simple and just has a lot of results that come with it that are a lot quicker. And so getting them started on host post, getting them in the groove of that, and just, yeah. And then from there, then we actually have like a task thing, which it's another question that was y'all sent to me, but it kind of goes into there. Every day I send a task into our team chat that we've been doing. And this is something that we really started recently, but it's really been helping. It's just been so incredible, because it's just has just a clear layout of what they need to be doing every single day. It's basically like a 6 list, but like more in depth, more of like what they should be doing. And you know, especially getting started on when you're first getting started, even like in your first few months, seeing like the different live posts or what to post on your story, like a live post business story, or like a bit, you know what I mean, business story, and just having a clear layout to be able to give them. And so that's something that we've been doing also to get everybody started, and like that kind of like transition to every day and give them a habit.
Okay, cool. So do you like add them to the team chat that you have like as soon as they sign up, once they like fill out their tax form and everything? And that's the team chat that you're sending like your tasks into?
Yeah, it's just our big team chat. I'll just automatically get them in there, welcome them in, and just, you know, just get excited. You can have smaller team chats and stuff, but I really like having just like somewhere like the entire team can go to be able to just, I don't know, be one and be one team, one mission. And so we just add them there, add them to the team, that page that has like the getting started. And then also like the legacy builders page. And then once what I really like doing is doing like the bigger pages more as an incentive. So like once they get like 2 customers, then you can add them to like Diamond Tribe, and then they get like 4 customers, and you can add them to like Wake Price Slay. And that way they're like they're not getting overwhelmed, but they're still able to get their, they're still able to get all the information that they need to get started and just go.
Cool. That's what I was gonna ask was like, do you feel like it overwhelms them at all when you add them to the chat right away and they're like if it's their second day and they see the tasks and they're like, I don't know how to do any of this? Or does that not happen? Have you already taught them everything by then?
I think just having the conversation with them outside of there, I wouldn't get too worried about them getting overwhelmed if they like they want to have all the information that they want. And so if they're getting overwhelmed, it's kind of just something that, I don't know, like you talk to them like outside of the big chat and you say, hey, I know this isn't going to make a lot of sense, but I did post this in here in the big team chat, but why don't you, pick a couple of those on there, and we're going to work with getting you in the groove of doing those each day. So what are 3 of the ones that are on this list? What do you want to start out with first? And then they'll usually, pick 3, and then you just kind of like, okay, well, go do this, go to your friends list, do this, blah, 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 blah. And then you just kind of take it to the next step of the other ones. And then that way they're not feeling like they're getting overwhelmed, and you're just kind of having that conversation on the side. That way they just kind of know.
I really like that because I like personally struggle with like trying to teach everything before I add them to like my team chat, and then I'll be like, okay, we have to go over how to post on your story and like how to message for us to us. But I feel like if you're sending them tasks and then they're picking stuff, you can just teach them the stuff that they're picking. That's really smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It just gets them in the groove of it and gets them a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, I don't really worry too much about getting overwhelmed as long as that other conversation is there.
So are you just teaching them like Facebook host to post at first, like until they get their shopping spree as far as getting customers?
It's kind of wherever they like to work. And so if most of the people that I enroll, they are a lot on, like they'll have an Instagram, but they're a lot on Facebook. And so I just, give them the different host posts and different like the bait posts that you, like the giveaway, like that you post on your personal one. And then having them go through their friends list and just giving them all of that on there. And then, if they want to do Instagram and stuff, then they can definitely I can help them I actually make their like first stuff until they get in the groove of it, or unless, they want to do their own thing. But I'll make their little slides for their stories and stuff. So that way it kind of gets them an idea of like what to put on there if they're deciding to do a picture.
Okay, cool. Do you like have them take a color personality test and incorporate that at all, or is that not something that's
I'm gonna be honest, the color personality, I think they're so intriguing, but I cannot figure it out. Like I need someone to like really in-depth explain it to me. Like I understand it, but I don't understand how I don't know. I'm not educated on the color personality, and I'm so confused on it. But I think it's a great concept because everybody does, learn differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just getting an idea of how they work, and I don't know. I need to learn more about it. I'm just not.
Okay. Okay. So how do you like keep track? I know you said in the team page you have like step or video 1 and 2 and 3, but then once they're done that, like how do you keep track of like what you've taught them or not taught them?
So I don't have it in here, of course, but they have little trackers that you can print off, um, or you can just write it on a piece of paper. But I think in I don't remember which one it was in, but it was either in like Diamond Tribe or Wake Price Life. I don't know. I'll find it and I can send it to you.
Okay.
And it's actually probably in my files on my iPhone, but you can actually you like check off each thing that they have done. And I think even making that for like your own little system, specifically, so that way you know, but really just checking it off and going from there. That way you know if they've gotten their 2 customers as well, and you know, or their 2, 4, and 6 customers, and then being commission qualified, if they've ran an auto shipment, if they have gotten their shopping spree, all the stuff. So there's just I really want to say that it's probably in Diamond Tribe, but I will definitely find out and I'll send it to you because it's just a clear layout.
Thank you.
Mhm.
How often are you checking in on your newbies? Like, do you just wake up and make sure you message them every morning, or are you like messaging them in the morning and the evening, or just like every other day?
I think it's just throughout the day. Really just seeing, let's see. So just because everybody has like a different schedule and stuff, I talk to a lot of my leaders in the morning, and that's just because like that's whenever they're like on their way to work, they're just like voice messaging me, or you know, with you know like Tina, we're just like talking like all day. Madison, we're just like talking all day. Amberly, like we're just always talking, and just all throughout the day. But like the littler ones, like the smaller, like the new uh, the smaller conversations, kind of that aren't like, you know, like we're not like super besties yet. Then it's just kind of checking in throughout the day, like, hey, what do you need? You know, how do you have any questions? Do you need guidance on anything? And then also, you know, like with people that you really haven't heard from in a while, and I just message them, I don't know, maybe every other day. And then if they don't message me back, like, I don't know, after like 3 or 4 times, then I'm just like, okay, you come to me when you're ready and just know that I'm here.
Do you like actually message them that and just say, just come to me when you're ready to like actually work this, or do you just like let it go and just like let them come to you?
Both. I think um, if they're not messaging me back, then I don't, like if they're like really not messaging me back, then I just have to like protect my energy and just be done with that conversation. And when they're at a spot in their life that they'll message me back and really want to jump back into this, I don't ever want to burn that bridge, because I've had a ton of people come back to me, and it just wasn't the right time back then. But sometimes I'll say, like, if I know it's someone who has really been working, and then they're just kind of like in a funk, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're quiet. Like, and then I'll just, from there, it's more of a like, you know, what's going on? You're quiet. What's going on? Know that I'm here if you need anything, and or if you need guidance on anything. And then from there, it's just kind of like in their court. They don't message me back. They don't message me back. I have other people who are messaging me back, and that's where I have to put my energy into. And so I just think that it's important to remind yourself of that, to protect that energy of yourself, because it can suck you dry if you let it. And so just making sure that you're pouring into people who need it or who want it.
Yeah. So with the newbies, when you're checking in on them, are you just saying like, hey, what do you need help with? Or are you like giving them new tips every day, or both?
Hold on. What's that question again?
Like, what are you messaging your newbies when you're like, when it's the morning and you're like, let me message them and see how they're doing? Do you just say like, hey, what do you need help with? Or do you try to think of like, let me think of a tip I can give them today? Or like, how do you like start the conversation with them?
I think it's more of like, what do you need guidance on? What are you having what are you seeing? What are you not having? I don't know, what do you need guidance on? And then usually it just kind of they'll tell you what it is. If it's, I just don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And then from there you can say like, okay, well, is it, post to post? Is it live post? What does your schedule look like every day? Are you posting? Are you posting anything? That way you know where to help with. If maybe they don't know how to tell their story, maybe they don't understand like why they're not getting any comments on host post, or why nobody's commenting on anything on host post. And from there you can just kind of dig deeper into those things. And if they're not getting anything on host post, then you can say, okay, what does your conversation look like? Like, send me the screenshots of a couple of conversations. We see what your wording looks like. And that way I can help you with that. And then with your story, especially with the summer camp thing, I took the screenshot of, was it Claire Flores, her talking about her story tonight, and like just breaking down the story and everything. And I thought that was really good. Like, I needed to hear that. And so that was really cool. And I think that's going to be a good tool to like really use for not only like us as, us, but just our brand new newbies. I think it's great. So, yeah, I think, yeah.
Cool. So, okay, let's see. Where are we on my question list? How do you handle when people, like new DTs, decide that either they're overwhelmed or this just isn't for them, and they're like just in like their first day to their first week, they come to you and they're like, hey, I think I decided to do this like too quickly and I don't actually want to do it. How do you handle that?
I think I really just from there go and ask them like, why like, you joined for a reason. Why do you feel that way? And that just kind of digs deeper into like, well, I'm not getting this and nobody wants to do this. And I'm like, well, girl, you haven't even posted once. Nobody knows your like doors are open for business. If you're not posting, nobody knows you have an open store. And that goes for stories, that goes for page. I mean, even if it's just once a day, on, your page, and then like a few on your stories, you have to show that your doors are open. Mm-hmm. And so, just, I think going and getting kind of to that, and sometimes it's not their thing. And then, they have their family over here doing this, and be like, girl, I'll actually usually do voice messages. And if they don't take the voice messages, because they can hear the passion in my voice saying like, dude, like, you have to not listen to what other people are saying to you. You have to not, listen to this person over here who has no idea what network marketing is. You just have to listen to yourself. And like, if you will let me, I can help you. But again, this is your business. So if this is something that's not for you, then it's not for you. But because at the end of the day, there's a bazillion people out in the world who need this business, and you can go find them for your team. So it's kind of like the same thing. Like, you don't want to put all your energy into this one person. You will give them and show them that you're here, and you are going to give them everything and answer all their questions and help them out. But if they don't want to take it, then they have to, pray them in, pray them out.
Yes.
Just let them know that you're here.
Yes, exactly. Love them on the way in and love them on the way out.
Yeah.
So we know that signing distributors is like where the actual like money starts coming in, because you can start growing your team and your team starts growing their team. So at what point do you teach them how to sign distributors, and how do you go about that?
I think that goes kind of into just getting them really off the bat. Because you want to get them started and on that, like on their customers, their shopping spree, everything. But getting them with a life post, with a task that you're sending each day, getting them in the groove of that and having them do a call to action. Especially if they're doing a special, then that's like push the distributor thing. But even if they don't have a special going on, just having them getting in the groove every single day of doing live post and ending that with a call to action. That way people know how to contact you, that you're looking for people. And so really just off the bat, and just giving them, things to do, like the task thing, like the business stories, and having them write out their goals, and being able to like 10 things that they can do for the income that they said that they want. And then each day that can actually be something that they incorporate into their life post as well.
That's a good idea. Okay. So we have like 10 minutes until my Zoom cuts me off. If anybody has questions that we haven't gone over, you can drop them in the chat and Megan or I can go over them. But I like to end my Zooms on like self-development tips, even if that's like not what we're talking about, just because I am huge on self-development. So just briefly go over like how important self-development is to you, and then if you have any like recommendations for what you do that you would recommend for other people.
Okay. So, I don't know. Self-development is something, it just makes you feel so much better. I think whenever you wake up in the morning, and you can really do self-development throughout like any time of day, but when you wake up in the morning, you have to have some kind of shield to take on anything that the day is about to give you. So whether that's a devotional, whether that's a good self-development book, whether that's, the Bible, whether that is a sermon, whatever it is that you are wanting that like gives you fuel, start your day off with that. It can be a YouTube like inspirational videos. Usually, there'll be any, I don't know, bazillion, there's so many. They have tons of podcasts, but that way, if you have a customer or some negative Nancy or some, a family member, not literally anything, or a teammate who's just like, meh, 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 and then they end up like canceling their account. You have something to like put that shield up and be able to be like, you know what? Okay. And then, and it just makes you feel so much better. So not only like as a shield, but just knowing that you're worth more. It's self-development has really, 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 really taught me just how important like my self-worth is. I grew up, I didn't grow up in money. I didn't grow up like whenever I was, in my party years, I went through a lot of struggle, brokenness. And so there's a lot of stuff that takes away from you whenever you go through that stuff. So doing self-development really has not only like helped rebuild that, but really just I don't know, just makes me feel so good that I'm worth making $1 million, that I'm worth having my dream home and like it actually be able to do it. Not only like, not just that like, oh, one day I'm going to have that. No, like I'm going to be able to like get there and be like, just have this like beautiful, like Aria's gonna be able to be in like gymnastics and without me worrying, you know, of anything, or be able to buy Josh his dream truck one of these days. I don't know. It just makes you feel so good, and you just need self-development. So whatever it is, do it. It doesn't have to be quick, or it doesn't have to be a long thing. You can do 5 to 10 minutes of self-development a day. Rachel Hollis is great. I love Eric Thomas. Like he sets my world on fire. Like I just feel ready to just like take on anything, because he's like, and he's even like whenever I don't know, like whenever you're just like, you get in your head and like you're like not working as hard as you should be, or you are working and you're not, like you're going through the motions, but you're like not working, like you're busy working, but not actually working and producing. He just like punches you in the gut and is like, listen, you do all this stuff, but why aren't you actually like doing the stuff? Like, I don't know. He's just so good. There was a book tonight. Oh, I really want to, that, I think it was Joel or Stephanie. I don't remember which one it was. It was called, I wrote it down. Oh, It Takes What It Takes. And I want to read that next one. And John C. Maxwell is a lot of, I don't think I've ever read any of his stuff, but a lot of people love it. So there's a few.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for doing this training for us. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I don't think we have any questions, and the time is about to run out, so I'm going to